In games, if you tell me it has the same effects as Ice Storm, I just accept it. Apply it straight away. I don't argue. Don't look it up. Just boom. Take it as it is, Michael.
Talara has said your boys are a fucking menace. Crying laughy face.
I hit record about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, well. You don't look it up. Just
you did too. Nice.
Got a bastard.
Where the fuck is it? What's
Welcome
the
to
Ice
Mark.
Storm comment? Glenn obviously got it, right? Oh, it's gone on me.
Glenn gets it. That's okay. Anyway, have you stopped recording, Michael?
Have I stopped
Or
recording? No, still going.
Yeah, still going. Oh, well, welcome to another session on the MPGN where you can find the best role-playing sessions for your personal enjoyment. Last session, the agents watched and bet on the halfling charioteers, though Humphrey did not participate, except to let Dogbio snort the sachets of power that had been given so he could become a much more speedy dog. Following dinner, the party retired to their beds, but found their night was one of horrible nightmares that continued for the day. Chester, in the morning, found himself chained to the posts, and his nightmare continued for a bit longer. From eventually let him go, and the agents went out to participate in the grand hunt. As part of the hunt, their quarry was a commoner dressed up as an ox. They found their quarry, but he was being harassed by a manticore, who knocked Izzy out after Izzy charged the thing, and then From finally killed the manticore and took its head as a trophy. Humphrey finds out the commoner is called Moffus and lets him go. The agents return to find Lord Titus has won the hunt. They then rest overnight, and most again experience nightmares, and in the morning they head to Bettany Estate, along the way ascending to 5th level. And the agents have just arrived at Bettany Estate, noting it is in disrepair and is locked up, but you do have the key. And just for those I would note today, and I'm sure Colin and others will rejoice, it is indeed the birthday of the great Brett Hennick.
What is it today?
Praise
It is
be.
today. Yes.
Because it's Laz's birthday as well today.
Ah,
Except obviously it's his first not birthday. So
that's right. Yes. Another
Thanks, Lord Hennick.
Praise
Sorry,
be
what?
unto him. His not birthday? I don't understand.
he died a few months ago.
Oh, my condolences. I'm going to shut
From
the fuck
cancer.
up. Yes, well.
Yeah.
Back in your box, Cole.
Yep. Going on.
No, it's
Thank you and good night.
No, it's all good. It's not a sensitive topic.
Wow.
he was a very good friend. He was a very good friend of mine. And he was about 54, and he was just not feeling well one day, and went to the doctor and had pancreatic cancer and stage 4 secondary liver cancer. And he held out 9 months, which was probably longer than most people with pancreatic cancer do. But yeah, he died in June last year. So that was.
Wow.
It brings it home a bit to you when you realise people younger than you are dying around the place.
Yeah, well, it's my dad's birthday tomorrow, if he was alive, and he died at 52.
Wow.
Oh wow!
So,
Jeez.
fun times. Yay, great topic, fellas.
Yeah.
Thanks, Colin, you fucking wanker. I'll stop swearing, Michael. I'm sorry. It'll upset the younger viewers.
Bring out the lolly van again, whatever it's called.
That's all right.
Praise be the lolly fan.
My mum passed away at 49.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
Somehow.
No, not that's not bullshit. I mean, passing away.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not calling that. Fuck, Michael.
I wouldn't bluff on such a thing, Cole.
Jeez, Michael. Yeah, roll your bluff, Michael. Jeez.
Oh, Cole.
I can't believe you did that, Cole. I'll be back with this video and get some tissues.
It's not a competition, guys.
Speaks.
Well, folks, you're standing outside your estate that you've by a bit of fudging, been appointed to. Morgana as being the relative of Lady Alice Lougheed, but the rest of you are stewards as well, or invested as stewards of this little area.
Morgana best go in first then.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're on a map, so I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
There's never been a problem.
Respect. I'll pay that.
So we'll just wait for Izzy to scout ahead, I guess.
Maps are safe spaces.
No need to. It's our estate. It's fine.
Oh, that's true. Okay,
Yeah.
go on then.
And Nally, yes, you should be 5th level.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm
jeepers.
pretending to have a
Easy.
overnight rest.
No.
Which Chester are we with at the moment?
It's daytime, so it's Daychester.
The only Chester.
The only
Prude
Chester.
Chester.
As far as Chester knows. Yep.
It was weird because the other Chester said he could read, so I don't know if I believe you when you say you can't.
What?
Yeah, from sort of just he's intrigued because he can see some windows, so he's going to sort of try and peer through the windows.
Sure.
Not acknowledging that he is short.
Make a perception check. Well, look, in one of Glyn's campaigns, I think the windows were 10 feet off the ground and he let us peer in. So, you know.
Yeah, only because I forgot.
Yeah, sure. As you pointed out, you're only about 3 feet tall, so no, you struggle to see much.
Can't see anything.
That's a bit rude.
Should possibly try the front door.
You're a short person racist.
Mm.
Do you want to do the honors, Morgana, since this is your place? I think.
No, because now you've made me all paranoid, and I can't risk this. But I can't risk Chester's baby going into a room that could have monsters in it.
So, just reading again, this the building's windows are shuttered. The doorway you're looking at is barred and gripped by a giant iron padlock. You have the key for it, or are led to believe you do.
Well,
Izzy, why don't you try this key?
Why do I need to try it if it's clearly a key? Anybody can.
Is it a
Put
trap
in the
key,
firing
though?
line, don't you, Your Majesty?
Well, you're probably best to get out of the firing line. You're probably the
Alright.
jumpiest.
All right, me lady, hand it over.
Here you are.
All right, take the key. But go up to the main door and still give it a check over. Check it for anything untoward, regardless.
I think
Makes
that's
sense.
a good policy.
All right, perception.
So I'll move you up.
Yep.
But the rest of you possibly are a bit concerned about Izzy, as Izzy seems to be examining the steps rather than the doorway.
Okay.
There's your
That
roll.
seems normal.
Oh, nice. So a 1. Beautiful. Yep. Gotcha. Okay. What was I doing again?
Yeah,
Morgana?
it's lost track. I don't know where Morgana is.
Well, she was just getting out of the way of the fireball.
As I nearly trip up the stairs, I stumble a bit and then realise I've got a key in my hand. What's going on?
Izzy, try that door over there.
Oh yeah, okay, no worries, thanks. All right, go over to the door again. Well, not again, for the first time.
Yes.
Dogbio hasn't been getting you into the nose candy, has he?
Bit too much driving, I think.
You think it's possibly a lock that would not cause you much trouble. Then again, you haven't been overly perceptive, so maybe. But
Right.
yes, you think the key would fit. There's no traps that you can find.
Roger, key time. Key time it is. Let's go. Let's do this. Insert the key.
Yep. Click.
Okay. Now, can I tell? Do the doors push in or pull out?
Bloody good question, and I'm
Doesn't
assuming you've unlocked it. It doesn't really matter. They can go whichever way you would like them to. They are ambi opening doors.
We'll push them in
Ooh.
so they look cool when they look cinematic. So when I'm walking towards the camera, they'll just swing out. It's better.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll do that and see if I can push them if they're not too heavy for me to actually push.
No, there you go. You can make a perception check.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah, the door swings open, and you swear you thought maybe there was a figure there, but you look again, and it's not there.
Okay. All right, everybody. Doors are open. Looks good. Definitely not somebody I didn't see out of the corner of my eye. It's all fine. Come on in.
Do you mind if I bring my dog into your house, Morgana?
No, that's fine.
Isn't it a seeing eye dog? You can't refuse them.
Yeah, I was going to judge you if you told me I couldn't. I was going to get HR involved. Would have been a whole thing. Oh, shit.
So you would see that there's canvas draped over what little furniture there is here.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Let me find where I've got a different.
Where are you off to, Chester?
From's going to walk in. Can he walk in?
Yeah, should be able to.
Can I tap? Hang on.
I mean, I know you're a dwarf, but doors aren't that slim fitting.
Just a heads up, guys. For a second there, I felt as though I saw somebody out of the corner of my eye, a figure out here in the main area. So just keep an eye out.
As in
It's
like
the
an
butler.
apparition or a person?
Oh, look, it was too quick to tell.
I often feel the same.
But a humanoid shape.
Oh, thanks. Great scouting. That's really... Yep.
Are you sure it wasn't just Morgana? I often see her out of the corner of my eye.
You can all hear what sound like footfalls above.
As long as they're not in the bath, hey, Michael.
I looked at Morgana. Should there be anybody else here?
I don't think so, but I'm going to try this comfy leather lounge chair.
Cool. All right.
Chester, why don't you come and have a cuddle?
Morgana, you can make a perception check.
He shares from the square.
To see if Chester's crying or not.
It's like someone's blowing in your hair, but there's no one there.
Oh, no, I can feel Chester blowing in my ear from here. Thank you, Chester. That's lovely.
Yes. Well, I guess you can't see Chester. So is that it, or can you see Chester?
I've just stepped in.
No, I definitely can't.
Oh, yeah, there you are.
From
So you
where I
can't
am.
see Chester. So that's true. It could be invisible Chester. You're quite right. Yep.
Oh, that's lovely, Chester. Keep blowing in my ear like that, my darling.
She's nuts from.
She's excitable.
Yes. What could I? You're in the foyer at the moment.
There's a shit ton of doors and stairs, so I don't know. Where do you want to go first?
Well, let's since given we heard creaking upstairs, we either go straight up there and see what's going on, or we take care of this level, so we don't get. So if there is anything here on this level, we don't get followed and attacked. What would we prefer to do?
I'll cast Detect Magic, Andrew.
You're casting Detect Magic, is that right, Chester?
Yep.
And where are you? Do you want to do your cone?
Well, I'm going to do the whole room eventually. So, do you really want me to break up the cone? Ugh.
Puff, puff, pass.
Well, let's say at a certain point you detect something magical, but then when you concentrate a bit more, it's no longer there.
Ooh.
Cool. I let from know. Something's a little weird happened. Detect magic. I saw an aura very briefly, and then it disappeared within the room.
Really?
I know it can't be. Then we look up into the
No,
ceiling tiles.
no. I think it was, yes, beyond your visual sight, but within your cone of detection.
So we agree the house is haunted and we should burn it down. Is that?
Give me a second.
No.
I'm all for that. Anything Morgana touches, we should burn.
Chester's child is going to live in this house one day and be lord of all that he surveys.
You unlawfully took my semen. I refuse to pay child endowment when that child is born. Child support, even.
Don't worry, Chester. I get the feeling you're just going to pay and pay and pay.
I hope she gets eaten by a monster.
Hey, none of that. No wishing other group members dead.
The trauma that she's causing me is okay.
Well, you don't make it sound like trauma when it's happening, so I don't know.
Sounds very consensual.
Like I said, you need to speak to a proper priest.
Oi,
If
who are you,
we,
hippie?
if you see, if
No,
you see one,
I nod
please
at
point
Nala
it
like
out.
I'm saying speak to Nala, not that Nala's not a proper priest.
Tap dance on a pin, man.
I need you to interpret my body language correctly.
Is it
Then
interpretive?
And I put my middle
dance?
finger up.
Okay,
Well,
just so,
wow. Fucking Sir Humphreys just lost his shit.
just so I know what's happening, I'm going to sense motive on that. Yeah, I think he's a dick.
Hey, I didn't even roll. Come on. But no, that's accurate.
Nala, do you, with your divine senses, feel something strange going on in the neighborhood?
The neighborhood of your pants seems to have a mind of its own when the moon rises and the sun sets.
I see why you get along with Sir Dickface now.
It was 60 feet. Yeah.
Look, as I whipped out the
Gross.
the tome
Ew.
of previous actions, and there was screaming and violent noises coming from Morgana and sorry, and Chester's quarters. However many nights ago, do you remember that night?
I think you're a little confused. I didn't want to be the topic of this conversation. I thought you might be able to tell us a bit more about what's going on in this house.
Ah, okay.
Then he
Well,
face palms.
His crotch. And I actually, I don't know. So can I pull some knowledge
Out of your ass.
local out of
Knowledge
to try and-
local. That sounds a great one to do. Yes.
Knowledge. As local 4, I could do it if you wanted me to.
Everyone's heard of the cursed Bettany estate.
Except for those who don't have knowledge local.
Ah,
Yes. Jane
when
Morgana.
you were getting your freak on with Morgana, I was down talking to the locals. And I heard a rumor that this place is haunted by 3 spirits. Ig, Ook, and Ray.
Pretty close.
No, that sounds made up.
Did you not think to ask them any questions while you're there about the hauntings?
Apparently my knowledge got befuddled by the ale that happened that night, where I had to drown out the screams of verdant mispleasure.
You've got
Using
a
big words again.
strange interpretation of rape.
Hey, let's not use that word.
Pat-
It was very
Pat-
consensual. We all
yeah,
heard
Pat-
you yelling
Pat-
that you consented.
Yeah, Pat from Pat's Chester on the shoulder, and just we may need to have a conversation about your well-being at night, but this might be best for another time.
Okay, from.
It just that sort of brotherly. The fuck are you doing, Chester? Look, just but with love,
You see a cat come down the stairs and look at some of you and hiss, and then run back
Ooh.
upstairs.
I'm going to detect magic in its general direction.
evil pussy.
It always
Morgana's
is.
got one of them too.
After it's gone upstairs, you give it a technique. You would note there is some magical force upstairs that seem to be movable.
Excellent.
Portable magic.
Well, it could be a girl.
Well, From really can't help too much with this because, he can detect, like, if a thing is evil or something, but not an area or anything. So, he suggests maybe, do we want to check everything out on this floor first, or do we want to go chasing pussy? Cats.
Well, I know what Chester would want, but we should check this floor out first.
Put a hand on Chester's shoulder and say, it's okay.
Yep.
It's okay. Calm down.
Alrighty. Never eat soggy worms. Who's leading which direction? Love the definitive decisiveness of this group.
It is
Yeah, let's go and
unbelievable.
open this door over here.
I'm waiting for our Lord Liege to make a decision.
He doesn't have a squire. He can't.
Let me
I-
see.
I'm nobody's lord. I represent the common people, which is you guys, so I answer to you in a way. Oh wait, no, you've all been given titles. I don't answer to any of you. You're all filth.
Donkio.
You're part of the
have a
problem
title.
now.
So you're in the kitchen there, I believe. Actually, that's probably. Oh no, that's not true. No, I'm looking at the wrong part of the map. That is the music room. It looks obviously like it hasn't been used for a while.
Come in here, Chester. We can make some music.
So as you move in there, I'm sure there's some sort of old style piano that starts playing all by itself.
It's
Oh,
one of those
detect
automatic
magic.
pianos.
Well, that would be quite yes. Yes, I mean, well, you could make a knowledge music roll if you or engineering if you've got it, Morgan.
Yeah, I don't think I have any of those ones, but thank you. I just assume it's one of those automatic pianos. It all's good.
And you guys have entered the what's called the game room. There seems to be a billiards table in here that hasn't seen use for a while.
Come in,
Yeah.
Chester. We can play some games on the billiard table.
Did someone go somewhere else? I can't remember. Oh no, what's that room Chester's in? That is the drawing room. Someone who knows a lot more about English style mansions will know what a drawing room is.
You go in there and do drawings.
I don't think that's what it means, no. This is the room that Nala and Morgana are now in, the drawing room.
Where visitors may be entertained. So, no Robbie Williams in here, sorry.
No.
There's no monkeys.
I mean, look, I'm happy if you. I mean, if you want to wander around this lower level, I think the only place you will find, and I will ping it, is here, which is the conservatory. That, when I jump back to my,
Watch out, Colonel Mustard is in there with the lead pipe.
it has a single table of roses, which looks like, because they're fresh, clearly being maintained, which is obviously unusual given this is locked up.
So is the door openable, or do we need Izzy to crack it?
Which door are we talking about?
Into the conservatory, because you said
I think all those doors should be openable. It's only the other door, the doors to the outside. There's another one in the conservatory, and there's one to the north, some to the north, which are locked.
Okay.
So not that I've locked them all. So that is the room that Umfrey is in, is the conservatory with this single table with some roses on it that look fresh, which obviously doesn't fit the rest of what you've seen in the house. But otherwise, there's just a series of rooms from servants' quarters, kitchen, pantry, parlour, and the like down on this level.
Flowers.
But the doors are still locked is from the conservatory outside and the two double doors in the north that go down past the garden porch area.
Can we see any roses out the window?
I think that'd be a fair thing. Yes, if you look around at some point, you'll see a rose garden. It looks somewhat wild, but the roses there would match the roses that are on the table here.
It's a little too quiet.
Can it detect?
Yes,
the
it's
roses?
suddenly eerily quiet. Other than Nala's mumblings with Detect Magic. And sorry, was that you doing it in this room, Nala?
Yes.
But you don't detect any magic. Certainly not from the roses. So they're not magical roses.
They're just roses.
You should collect those roses, Nala, and send them to your lady.
Probably instead turn them into rose water to get rid of that armor stench you have on.
You're not rubbing me down with any rose water.
That's all right. We'll get Chester and Morgana to introduce you to that concept.
I'm so confused at what's happening now. Got like a kinky, dirty cleric. Multiple personality porn star.
So where are the roses in the room, Andrew? And they're in a vase, you said?
Oh, they're on a single table they're basically in the middle of the room, actually on a single table. And they just stand out because everything else has either got drapes over it, hasn't been used for a while. This place was locked up, and yet here are fresh roses that are not magical, so that they are real.
Can I take one out of the vase? Does it change it at all? Does it suddenly wilt or anything?
No, but you do hear a blood-curdling scream at that point from.
Is it from Chester?
You would only wish. It may be if Chester's choosing to do one, but in any event, you hear a different one.
What direction does it come from?
It's almost, look, if you had to guess, probably from upstairs and out the way that arrow is, but upstairs. But it does happen.
Going to try and stay close to our friend.
Put the
Mr.
flower
Humphrey.
back. Put it back, Morgana. Don't.
No, this is my house. I can have a flower.
Maybe best to ask first.
And then you hear
Don't
an
ask
echoing.
me.
At this is my house, you hear an echoing, no, no, no.
I think it's time to go.
Are you saying that I'm the only flower in your life, Chester? Is that what you're saying to me?
Only if it wilted.
Well, we should go, and if we can hear a voice saying no, 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 clearly we should go and speak to these people who are residing in my house.
I don't think it sounds like a person.
Don't worry, Chester. I'll stay right behind you where you can protect me and the baby.
I'm willing to go upstairs, but I'm probably going to get speared first door I walk through again.
And that's only if you're lucky.
As I look at Izzy and then hold out a hand. I know something's happened to her. She can't talk.
I think indeed Izzy can't talk.
She's now a sister of silence and will not be speaking to anybody.
Ooh.
She's obviously taking a vow because Chester's been so
Izzy is a sister of silence.
disrespected. Penically.
Is he muted on Discord?
No, he's probably just wandered off. But I think that gives Umfrey full reign to be the scout again.
Yeah. I don't know. Nala's
I'm
been on
back.
sector with me. I got no idea if I want to go up there.
Oh, the vow of silence has ended.
Yeah. So what did we decide we were doing?
You've got to go up the stairs.
Awesome. Thanks.
Welcome.
Where are the stairs? I don't know this fucking place.
There.
Rather, there. Alright. Okay, no worries. I'll head up the stairs, keeping my eye out for traps or anything scary up there as I go.
We
Do you
can
want
make a
us-
perception roll.
Do you want us to immediately follow or to give you some time?
Oh, well, if you guys are making me go up there, then lead me to it.
Okay.
Alright, shall I just keep going?
So you notice sort of when you get near the top, Izzy, you notice basically a small table coming your way through the air. Can you make a reflex save, please?
Yeah, roger that.
Did you say a table was coming at her?
Yes, but you guys see Izzy sort of, quickly dart to the side, and then this table hits the wall and it shatters a bit, and bits start tumbling down the stairs towards you.
I think
And
this place is haunted.
At that point, From starts charging up the stairs to wherever she is.
Let me put
I'll
Izzy
scooch up too.
here, and I'll put
He's
on here.
mild-mannered and well thought out when he does things.
I'll give a huff and walk up after them. Fuck's sake.
Love it.
Well,
These
let me.
people that only just get,
Don't want to burn the fucking haunted house down. I want to fucking go up there and have a
they-
look. Oh,
yeah,
what's the worst that could happen? Fucking ghosts.
they've finally got titles and they think they're tough. Oh my god. These bloody commoners.
Let me put Chester downstairs. Where's Morgana gone? Morgana can
Up
be
Chester.
like
I mean,
that.
sorry.
You guys then notice this cat look at you again and hiss and run off.
What is it with these angry kitties?
You can make
I can't see
we'll make
anything.
I lost the map. Where did the
perception
map
checks.
go?
Oh, well, there you go. That's the
Oh.
cat. But
No,
you
it's the
can make
light
perception
issue
checks.
because between weeks the light doesn't last.
Where is it?
Andrew, mine says token is unavailable on maps.
Same. Did you kill him?
Gotcha. No, understood why. Have not shared map. That would make sense.
Thank you.
Which
Please
would
tell
make
you.
it highly unlikely that you could see the cat, and why for Derek it would have gone dark because you would have been removed to another map that you didn't have access to.
Yeah.
No amount of casting of light is going to help you then.
Light. Oh. Alrighty. Where's the table?
Oh, yep, need to unlock this. Unlock. So perception checks from those who were up there, which is probably everyone other than Morgana and Chester, and probably, well, Dog Bo, but yep, Humphrey won't have to worry. Humphrey, how's that? That's not a, but that's just a straight D10, D20.
yeah. It's because I'm encased in armor and I can't see for shit.
Fair enough. Jeepers. Nala from.
Perception, yeah.
Yeah.
Be back in 2 secs.
Well, Izzy,
Yes.
do you have any knowledges to speak of?
Only dungeoneering.
Yeah, it's probably not going to help. Chester, do
Yep.
you have knowledge nature?
I do. I just picked that up, actually.
This session, 3 seconds ago.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was when Michael read the module. That's why I picked it up. Well,
It's gone all quiet. Are you looking something up or?
no, I'm about to flick. Which one am I sending it to? Copperfield.
Don't be fooled by the visage of that cat. It's got some fey features about it. Not of this plane. It's
Ooh,
a creature from
I'm gonna-
elsewhere.
I'm going to knowledge planes that cat then.
No, not really planes. No, it is definitely a nature thing.
Now I know that. Can I nature it?
You can, Nala, but you may not have been at school that day when they read that stuff out or went through that.
In Sylvan, I talk to the cat and say, we don't mean any harm. We don't mean to trespass.
Well, you can make a diplomacy roll.
Fuck. Yeah, I was going to get diplomacy this level, but
it seems to hiss at you and run off.
well, all I said is we come in peace, shoot to kill.
But you just thought as if you had that little bit of connection, but then your charisma or your power of whatever it is, persuasion just wasn't enough.
Well, I usually use magic for that.
But you felt it could certainly understand you.
So what can you tell us about fey creatures? Things? Whatever? Cats?
Well, they're not necessarily just fey creatures in general. Come from a place called. Oh, I've forgotten. Is it the first?
Yes, I think the first world.
The first world, which is similar to our world, but a lot of differences with the inhabitants and.
Oh,
And
no,
the
sorry, I
place.
meant combat stuff that could be useful in this situation right now.
Oh, well, they speak Sylvan, and this particular fey creature, is resistant to a lot of things other than cold iron. And if you target it with a spell, it's generally got an inherent shield. I did sense that had I been a bit more persuasive with my words, it would have more than likely conversed with me.
Oh, so you speak Sylvan?
Yes, I'm a master of many languages, none of which is love.
Oh,
Thought
Right.
touch was your love language.
But perhaps I could try again if we find the fey creature.
Cool. All right, well, let's keep going.
is there any particular gift we could get it, do you reckon?
Pregnant witches.
Flowers?
No.
Pregnant witches. That's very specific.
He winks because he was making a little joke. Sort of covers
Don't
his
you
mouth.
show your butthole to me?
Oh,
That's not an invitation.
It's a celebration, I know. This is as far away as I'm willing to move from Izzy.
Apparently, they're quite partial to bread cloths or whiskey.
Mm.
If anybody
Cool.
happens to have some,
no.
And presumably not the bird type of whiskey.
yeah, I was thinking that. I had to read it 3 times. I don't know. Andrew,
I've got a bottle of whiskey. I've got a bottle of whiskey, Chester.
Oh, you would.
But
All that
I've
milk
put it in a
flavoured whiskey.
special place that you'll have to come and get it.
Could you get the whiskey, please?
Walk up to Morgana and whisper very quietly to her. You do realize he has issues during daytime, but he's yours at nighttime.
Oh, yes, but I will make him mine all the time.
Okay.
But yes, his whiskey. I don't even remember where I got this from, but I do have a bottle of whiskey.
May I please have the whiskey to pass on to Chester because he's scared of you. But tonight, you can take it out of him if you like, and just put his hand
Okay.
out.
Oh, thank you, From. Good advice.
You got
Turn around to Chester because I said this very quietly, so Chester didn't hear. Chester, here you are for your kitty.
Thank you, From. I appreciate it. I'm sorry to put you in such an awkward position where you have to talk to Morgana.
No, it's okay. You've been in worse positions, I believe, with Morgana.
So, Glenn, you got the whiskey when we teleported into the underground facility and were exploring the big rectangle type room. One of the rooms was a bar or distillery.
Oh, okay.
So with the whiskey and Sylvan, I say, I'm sorry to bother you. I do come with gifts. I have this very fine whiskey.
I will make a. What are you doing with the whiskey?
I'm trying not to touch it, like 2-finger holding the neck, because I know where it come from, where it was being stored, I should say.
I
But
guess I'm getting at is it open or not?
I pop the lid to wave the scent, and I'll step out to here. Whoop!
Yeah, club it.
See a cat come along, and are you holding on to it?
I'll gingerly step forward 5 feet and place it on the square in front of me, and then take a 10-foot step back.
Okay.
Wait, right.
You can make a diplomacy roll.
I'll use a bottle cap.
Sure.
Excellent.
So you find that this one does indeed come up, and is in fact joined by 2 others.
Wow.
And then you find that they actually transform into creatures that are barely knee-high, that all look like hairy old men with more beard than flesh.
Does Morgana start drooling?
Almost certainly.
As long as they don't have any red hats on their head.
No, I think these are probably smaller. They're not carrying scythes. They're not those guys, but they do say back to you in Sylvan, thank you very much. We have kept this place for the mistress since she passed, waiting for others to arrive. But you seem to have been respectful, except for the one who is not up here, who has stolen the mistress's roses. But we can look after this place if you are staying here, as long as you keep us fed with nice things like cream, porridge, or sweet rolls. And we will also find a gift. But we do not want to interact with any guests you may bring. We will stay in the shadows as long as you respect this place and respect the mistress's flowers.
Yes, I will definitely pass that information on. And if, as you say, we would like to stay here, so bringing you gifts would be a joy of mine. Do you have any names?
Yes, I am called Nod, and then the others, they say I'm Blunk and I'm Wink.
I have a question. Do you guys like to take shoes?
Oh, no, that's only left for those fey creatures who feel under threat from horrible weapons like Feybane.
Ah, excellent.
Feybane.
Well, I'll introduce them to the rest of the party, Andrew.
Yep. Yep. Well, they nod. They recognise their names as you say the names.
From bows towards them, just like a curt hello.
Are the roses particular roses, or could we bring some from the market?
Well, I think we're happy enough. Just we collect them every day in memory of the mistress.
What happened to your mistress?
Well, she died, as you people do, of old age. I don't know whether any of you actually are long-lived. Maybe some of you are, but invariably she died, and that was the end of it. And then people stopped coming here, and they shut the whole place up. And we didn't want them here either, so we tried to scare them away, as we did with you.
So you made those noises. They were very good, and had it not been for my comrades, friends here, summer friends, I would have surely run away.
Yes, well, that was our intention, but we realised that you can be kind and help us out, and maybe it is time for life to live here again.
Well, it would be my honour. I know we wouldn't replace your mistress, but we would do our dandiest to uphold her honour. Why we stayed here.
They certainly thank you. They do tell you that they can even help get the place back into some sort of shape by doing cleaning and stuff like that. They also tell you that they will find a gift for you to use as you will.
I appreciate that. It is very kind of you.
But they say, you know, again, we want to make certain that you're respecting the place. But so they head off and come back. Well, one of them does rather, and holds aloft a blade. It looks like a one-handed melee weapon that would look like this.
Ooh.
They tell you that when the brave knight commander Coriana of Zamar fell with the ranks of the 5th Army of Exploration, that would be the Taldan 5th Army of Exploration, the remains were returned home along with her sundered steel shield. And I think out of that is a fitting legacy. A shard from the shield was turned into a protective longsword. So it is a +2 defending longsword.
I snapped the blade over my knee. Violence is never a good... No.
It has 5 gemstones in its pommel, but 4 are broken. The white gem in the centre is still intact, and similar to some of the other items, at a certain point, the weapon will get better when you get triumphs done. I'll just add that to the party sheet, and you can decide what you want to do with it.
Well, I hand it back for the others to sort that out, and I just ask if is there any other rules, house rules we should be aware of? I wouldn't want to accidentally upset the mistress's name.
No, just the roses, and I think we may have overheard one of you. Yes, and I think they point to you, Umfrey, threatening to burn this place down. We can't have that.
That was only if it was haunted.
Oh, you speak Sylvan too.
It's not. well, no, I don't. You're right. So sorry.
And I just explained that he said that he said that because he was unsure of what was happening. Once again, you were doing your job extremely well, and he said it out of fear. But he honestly did not mean it.
Yeah. Well, they thank you, and then they wander off and said, "We'll be around. Just call out to us. We know we understand you."
Well, it was a pleasure. And I turn around and I say, "Guys, that was Snap, Crackle, and Pop. They're essentially house elves, if you've seen Harry Potter.
That is very true.
And they are happy to share Morgana's house with us, or the mistress's house, both. The only thing they do ask is that we respect the flowers that they put out for their mistress."
Okay.
Oh, I'm respecting them all right.
Can do.
Don't fuck this up, Morgana.
I'm respecting the flower. Look how lovingly I'm holding it.
Yes.
I think you'd understand, Chester, what probably should happen to the flower.
Yeah, I know, and I've already suggested it.
Do you want me to give this flower to you, Chester?
You need to eat it. It's the only way to appease. Is that right, Andrew? Was I way off?
You don't get that vibe. This is not Night Chester in some sexual ritual with.
No, in this case, I do go over to Morgana and I hold my hand out. I said, "I would love to receive that flower from you."
I put my hand in Chester's,
Just a flower.
and then I put the rose between my lips and push it over to him.
Fuck! I pull out my dagger and stab myself with it. As look, I tried. I can't do it. No, and he starts shaking.
He's sealing your pact with blood. Look out.
Cast detect evil. No, I'm joking.
We need to put the flower back from me. If I can't do it, she's creeping me out.
You need to do what? Put the flower back where
in
we
the-
found it.
Yeah, in
the vase.
Yes, please.
Okay. From grabs it, shrugs, and toddles back downstairs into the other room, walks over to the table, puts it in the vase, and waits for something to happen.
Well, I'll follow.
Yeah, let's all go down there, I guess.
I'll assume you all, you can all go back downstairs. I mean, for all intensive parts, you with the servants or the house elves, as they've been called, can clean the place up. And there'll be, unless you're going to do something in particular, the next thing you will get will be an invite from the Nala's combatant at Trucco, which was Dame Crab, asking you to visit her residence for afternoon tea in several days' time. And she seems to make special mention that her daughter Sepsinia would be there. And Sepsinia does hope that Sir Nala will be able to attend.
Wait, the sickly-looking girl has
correct.
sepsis in her name. Are you serious?
Yes, exactly. Yep.
But also, that's a mighty fine-looking blade.
Yeah, I might commit seppuku.
Okay. Not what I was getting at. I was just getting that maybe one of us should be carrying it around. But...
So, like the two items Nala has, this is another item that will gain in power throughout the life of the adventure.
May I use the blade, or did somebody else want it?
I was looking at it.
I think
I've got to get the hat trick.
I think you're probably the most suited to it, given what you do.
I have no objections. It's
No.
too heavy for me.
No, I can't use them. You can.
And From you use a two-handed thing, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Are you happy to let it take that?
Yes, 100%.
Thank you, sir.
I must keep my blade with me.
And I'll donate my battle axe back. Sweet.
What does Donkbio use?
He uses his teeth, but I'll get him some intelligence so he can learn how to use martial weapons at some stage.
Sounds like a plan.
No, I don't think he can ever learn martial weapons. But I mean, if I remember Frisky Dingo, we can tie some knives to his head and get him to use those.
Just give him armor and stick things into it.
I didn't give myself a feat.
Don't you have two already? Boom, boom, ching.
Oh
no, shut up, Cole.
Waka waka.
Look, I'm new to this dad shit, alright? So I'm just practicing for when it actually happens.
Here, we can sell this lance and heavy shield I got from the tournament.
Oh.
You never know when you'll need it again.
I'll borrow one every time and we'll sell it every time.
That doth remind me. Where's the party sheet? Thank you for the reminder. There will be another lance and another heavy shield.
So I mean, you've interacted with these people the most, Nala. What do you think about the invite to the
It's a very good question.
That was helpful.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We all just stand there staring at each other, waiting for the next bit.
So,
While Nella's blankly
did-
looking at
Yeah,
us.
yeah, exactly.
Did stuff happen last week or not around this?
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
agreed to marry them, and something about having lots of
Something about
children. I
babies.
can't
So
remember.
give me that fucking sword and I will commit sex.
You had an interaction at the dinner, but clearly, you're meant to influence as many nobles as you can, but the sting might well be what the expectation is with Nala.
Well, I thought we all agreed that we're not recruiting anyone and we're just going to kill everything. That was what we discussed, wasn't it?
You may have discussed that. You certainly got the view from Princess Eutropia that you would try and get the nobles and the commoners on side as she's trying to build a network, given there's so many claimants to the throne. And it would certainly seem as if your buddy, the High Strategos, has the Taldan phalanx on side and certainly has...
well,
Paizo
we're being
support.
strong-armed into it. You're going to have to marry into the family, Nella, by the sound of it.
I'll nominate you as my second.
No, you're showing up. There's no...
If buts or maybes, it's happening.
Mm. Mm.
Well, I guess
I'm
we
still
got to
getting over the
go.
death of my wife at the hands of Von Aston. Seriously, it's part of the backstory.
Oh, well, I hear that guy doesn't let them rest for long. She's probably around there somewhere.
Don't.
I'm not going to necrophilia. No.
Condolences.
So
Please note, I have not said anything at this stage. This is all Derek.
oh man. So yeah, she's probably angling for that.
In any event, that is
Other
probably
nobles.
3 days away. But
Yeah.
obviously being prompt would help in terms of, are you going to attend? And clearly the implication that Sir Nala would be expected to be someone. But you do note that one of the local dignitaries in the town nearby of Sachus comes up, Honora Pissam, who says that welcome to resuming some form of lordship over this place. Is Dame Morgana around? If Dame Morgana is...
Yes, I'm here.
Dame, you and your associated nobles would be expected to judge the criminals in this place.
Happy to help.
And excellent. Well, we might well have to bring them here under guard, or get you to come to Sachus and tell us when, and then we can start deciding if these people are guilty and what the punishments might be. And our punishments that would be available to you are either pillory, fine, dismemberment for thievery, or death.
Easy hard.
Okay. That sounds great. We would love to be involved in something as worthy as that.
Excellent. And I also know
As if I'd accept that. I don't know.
and the harvest will be due, and will likely be turning to you for how best to harvest the crops.
Well, not 100% any of us are particularly great farm managers, but happy to help however we can.
With a dirty hoe, I say.
Dirty.
Don't you listen to Chester?
Which one?
Anyway, are you? So, Inara says, will you be due? Can you tell me what days you might be due coming up to come into Sachus, the town, to
So
judge?
how far away is Sachus?
It's virtually an hour away. You are the estate next to. It's your town in effect, near the estate.
Oh, no worries. Well, we can come and do some judging tomorrow, I think.
Okay, and then I think 2 days after that, you would be due at Dame Crab's estate if you wish to accept. If not, then we don't have to worry about it.
No, of course we would love to accept.
So when you send the acceptance letter back, are you going to say anything about Nala, or just say yes, you would be attending with your fellow nobles?
What would you prefer, Nala?
Would would the caretakers be okay if we sent a rose back?
I think Chester can probably answer that one.
I think we can pick our own roses, though. We're just not allowed to touch the ones in the pot.
That would be closer to the mark. That's right. Yes.
So I'll send a thing back saying yes. See you there. We'll be bringing my my friends with me.
Including Nala, your most ardent admirer.
Well, we can add that if you'd like.
All right. No, I get that. So including Nala, your most ardent admirer.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely going in now. It's been suggested, yeah.
That may certainly surprise Nala.
Well, we're not hearing any arguments, so.
No,
Yeah.
it's really not. No.
Right.
So take the silence as consent.
I'm,
That's true.
I'm jumping off the balcony.
He's a cleric. He'll heal himself. It's all good.
Sepsinia appears at the bottom and catches you. Nala, it's truly a love story.
Hmm.
Yes. All right. Well, that will be at some point. We can certainly go through to the next day. Judging crimes.
I might need you near me for doing this, I think. You seem to have a good ability to be able to judge evildoers.
I shall attempt to do such a thing.
Let me go back to something else.
And I can stand. Do you need to judge, or do we all judge? Because
Oh well,
if
that is a good question. Yes,
if that is the case, what we can do
you could just
is
signal me.
I can, yes, I will. We can work out a signal.
Yes, good plan.
All right. Well, as you move into Suchus, you are formally invested as the tribunes of Suchus, and you note that the Sonora Piscum meets you at the outskirts and leads you to, funnily enough, her pub, where she says the trials can take place.
Is this a real trial, or is it just?
She says
one
we're
in
a
the
small
pub?
town. We're a small town.
Oh.
I mean, really, I mean, our town jail is just a back room of the pub, where we can hold people for a few days until you determine an appropriate punishment. But if indeed it is jail, we would probably send them to Lothadar, the capital of the county.
No, that's fine. Have you got the horses for the dismemberment standing by?
If we can arrange that, if you decide on such a punishment. So
No worries. You might need a spare team in case the first team get tired.
the first person brought up is a female human.
Are we all standing together?
Oh, so sorry. Yes, Andrew. Is it expected that I'm doing this as Dame Morgana, or is it that we can all sit there, or like are people able to send me signals, or are we doing it as a group?
Is it like
as long as one of you makes a call, you can either say, for instance, From is going to be the spokesperson, or you can. But there's nothing wrong with consulting everyone, which is probably even expected in terms of what do you think.
I like to think we're all sitting at the bar catcalling what we think should happen.
Yeah,
100%. Like,
Holding up number cards.
Yep, that makes absolute sense.
From no. That's not a
Well,
from
just
thing to
picture
say.
cards, either horses pulling someone apart or,
Yeah. Well, look, I'll
bars,
assume that if Chester blows me kisses, that they're innocent. Otherwise, I'll be sending them all to be killed. So we'll just move along on that basis.
What happens if I don't attend?
Oh no, you're attending. From's got you.
From won't do something against my will. From's a friend.
He follows the law though, and Morgana's the ruler of this area, so
Mhm.
she commands it.
Just lean over to her. Just stay next to me. It's fine. We'll get through this together.
But she's going to kill them all.
Well, I am true neutral, so I'm very judgy.
very judgy. Yes. All right. Well, the first one is this human female who has been charged with assault, public drunkenness, and theft. And certainly Honora says, look, this lady, Lucina Mag, is a local drunken troublemaker and has been causing problems for years. Most of it started at a brawl here in my own pub, where she punched a sheriff and ran off with the night's takings of 22 silver pieces and a bottle of whiskey worth about 20 gold. And I then, or rather another sheriff then found her passed out drunk in a barn the next morning. And that's what Honora Piscum has to say. What are you going to say, Morgana?
Do you have any explanation for some reason that you shouldn't be found guilty of these crimes?
Well, Lucinia sort of, picks her fingernails and says, well, shit happens. I mean, really, like you're just a piece of shit who's blown in here. So,
Okay, jail it is. Put her in jail.
Wow, tough.
Let the record show From did not move.
Did anyone hold up a different scorecard?
I just did thumbs up, like she was awesome.
Yeah, wasn't the actual punishment for theft like dismemberment or something?
It's whatever she wants.
Yeah, no, that's.
But there Andrew did say dismemberment for theft. Was it dismemberment of something particularly, like your hand or finger or something, or
their pouch, their gold pouch?
You are correct. So the traditional penalty would be a final removal of a hand.
Yeah, so your thing of saying jail, that's lenient, so I applaud that. Oh, you're being so nice. It's the nicest thing you could have done.
Yep. 5 years hard labour.
Right. Well, to some degree, I would tell you, even if she was banished forever, the locals would be satisfied.
Oh no, she can come back if she survives 5 years of hard labour.
So, yes, she starts hurling even more insults out at you at that, saying, "This is bullshit,"
Have the prisoner taken away.
So Honora takes them away.
Before I have her tongue dismembered.
And then comes up with the next one, who is called Portimer of this town, a human male who has been caught poaching by several guards. In fact, poaching the Count's deer, of all things, in Abbeywood, just north of the Stutcher Spur. And after a severe beating has been returned to us for trial. I would state that local law demands execution for such a crime. Your dameship.
Oh dear. Have you got anything you'd like to say, male human?
Autumn says, "Listen, I only just wounded the deer when hunting south of the canal, and I followed it to finish it off so it wouldn't suffer. I didn't realise that I'd followed it into the Count's land. I mean, it's not like there's a clear fence or a marker, or I'm concentrating on following this wounded deer, not wanting to leave it, suffering at all."
From any detections of badness?
Well, you can. Phrase
From could he'll attempt a oh, where are we? Can I do a diplomacy check? No, because that's a sense motive on someone else's diplomacy. Diplomacy check would be something I say to him. Don't worry.
But some people have done a sense motive, and I am sending them messages at the moment if they wish to assist.
Who are they sensing motive on, though? Morgana or this guy?
This guy, I
would do a,
sorry, I
yeah.
assumed it was the guy.
I'll do a sense motive on that dude.
You think he is spot on? Reggie did on us from?
I
From
think he's lying.
I think he's lying as well.
from shrugs.
He says that I'm not lying. Come on, I mean, come on. You don't want an animal to suffer and all of that. I mean, an innocent mistake. Yeah.
Oh, well, I suppose I should actually, I don't have very good sense motive, but I should at least make one.
Let Pharasma deal with him.
Dame, you agree with From. This guy seems pretty ridgy-dig. But all of you, anyone with actual knowledge local, can make a roll.
Oh, I do have that.
Well, Nala, you obviously, you can't, you don't think you know anything about this town with that role, but Sir Humphrey and Dame Morgana, you almost pick up the vibes that this guy, despite possibly having done the wrong thing, is reasonably well liked in the town, and that this might be one where too harsh a punishment might send the town against you. But you may take the attitude that the law's the law.
How much is the deer worth?
It's a bloody good question, since the legal punishment is indeed death, which is not what the townsfolk are going to want to see.
Well, very well. I have decided that, as we obviously don't wish to set a precedent that people can go around poaching the Count's deers, if you are able, you or whatever compatriots you have are able to replace this deer with another deer to the Count's liking, we will have you pilloried for 2 days, and otherwise you can be released, provided you arrange to organise a new deer. However, this is on the basis that this is a public decision, that people now know where the boundary of the Count's land is, and this excuse won't be accepted in future.
Yes, he seems to be, he says, very generous, your ladyship. Thank you.
I turned to From.
That's
I said, did Morgana go to law school?
I don't know if she even went to school.
Oh, okay.
She knows how to get child support.
Fuck.
Right. All the sorts of shit that you definitely want to know. Now, let me get everyone to roll a die 10 just to see what random rumours you may have found.
Oh, yeah. Well,
It doesn't have to be in the tower. I just need to say from Nala, Izzy, and Frey. It was an 8. And Nala, who will wait for 10. 2. Okay, so you guys find out that the Baron Akira, who you know, is quite a lovable sort, but he is clearly all front.
Did you say he's from France?
No, all front. A lot of it's an act, which I think you probably would have picked up when you met him at the Senate.
No, he's a great guy. He's a good friend. I won't have people speaking ill of him.
So yes, well, then certainly you can remonstrate with From on that. His mother had quite an affection for stable boys, it's said, and that his claim to the family lands is only as strong as the bribes and gifts he keeps handing out to his peasants. That is one such rumor that From's heard. Let me see. Umfrey, you hear that the riffraff out in the Beggar Wood. So as you entered on your way to this county, that was the sort of bunch of people you met right at the edge as you entered the whole sort of boundary area, who sold you a few things, are getting pretty aggressive in accosting travellers. Now, they accosted you, but not in a physical sort of sense, but you guys are obviously fairly well armed. Last spring, they carried off everything but the wheels in a visiting Viscount's caravan. Hopefully, now someone has claimed the Bettany lands, which is obviously you guys. They'll do something about these parasites before we lose all our visitors. And then Morgana, you hear that Baron Tellus has stopped tending to his duties so that's another barony within this county, tending to his duties and lets his townsfolk loot as they please. It's disgraceful. Count Lothide should have stepped in and put a stop to this years ago, but I guess he doesn't care as long as Tellus's little bandit army leaves his lands alone. And Chester, you hear that the Night Swan has struck a trade convoy from Casimir. They say he robs from the rich and gives to the poor, but that sounds more like Galton propaganda than reality. Can you imagine anyone giving away money?
Well, they say he's halfway to being the next Robin Hood. How's that? Oh, he's taking from the rich. He just hasn't got around to giving to the poor yet.
That might well be the case, and I will just see what Nala can come up with, given Nala has obviously disappeared at the moment. And the other one Nala here is apparently Baronet Vort's gone native with a band of peasants southeast of Baron Tellus's land, even destroyed the Gold Canyon Bridge to keep outsiders away. I hear a witch got into his brain and stirred things up a bit. Positively scandalous.
Are there any more court cases?
No more court cases, your ladyship, says Honora Piscum. You are at your liberty, as you obviously always are anyway. And in terms of players, we can jump to the Dame Crab event.
Do we know anything else about these bandits on our land, though, that are stealing the wheels off people's carriages?
Well, that's but a rumour.
Well, that's why I want to check it out a bit more while we're in town. Does anyone else know anything about it? Can we get any corroboration?
Who was the one who had bandits off the land again? Which one was that? Did anyone? Sorry, Robin, I'd have to just read through them again to find it, because it actually does give me the keys. The keys. There we go. Yep. Let me jump down to D.
Because we can't have people on our land having the wheels stolen off their carriages.
So
Was it
Hmm.
the
cart
beggar
loss?
wood,
That
yeah.
was the jackal.
So beggar wood, which used to be known as the bugbear wood, because there are apparently bugbears in there, but this
Ooh.
band of beggars that you met when you came in here, they did sort of waylay you, but only to sell and buy stuff. They didn't grab stuff off your cart. Again, it could be that you were more armoured, or it could simply be that this is a rumour that isn't fully true. But there is definitely people living in the beggar wood who do harass travellers. It's just a case of, is it true that they pull things apart? But
Like
the
what?
beggar wood you came through on your way here.
So, like, what type of harassment? We should probably research. Like,
Is it a crime or hijinks? Is that what we're?
Well, this rumour is that they have in fact taken property and waylaid people, but you have been through that area, you didn't notice it. But that could just be because you were relatively well armed.
Well, we may have to look into these things after we get back from this other event we're heading to. We
Yes.
can't have Baronet Nort being stirred up by a witch and destroying bridges. It's not
No,
like it's
so-
Chester being stirred up by a witch.
I think it's pretty similar.
No worries. Well, we'll go on to the next.
Yeah, we can just jump
Yes.
through if you're going to afternoon tea with Dame Crab.
The arrival of Nala into Dame Crab's presence.
Dun, 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 dun. So, Andrew, in the off days, I make sure we get a surplus supply of whiskey and bread clothes.
Excellent. That will keep
And-
the Fae happy.
And sweet cakes.
And sweet cakes.
Sweet rolls, wasn't it? Sweet rolls or
I
sweet
think
cakes, wasn't
something
it?
like
Oh.
that. without
Oh, I
looking
thought
at it.
Morgana was talking
rolls.
to Chester, calling him sweetcakes. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, that's sweet cheeks.
Do
Oh,
they still talk? Do they still talk to Chester after seeing all the night debauchery? Are they?
Yeah, well, given this is a big enough house, I reckon they could probably have found somewhere to go without disturbing.
Yeah, see, yeah, From might make a mental note to learn to talk Fae so he can find out where they go so he can go there too. But yeah, and Grad, it's
Just enough to be safe. If they get like pigeon Fae, so
Yeah.
enough to get there. Yeah.
Ewe Uye Oge Edaway Ucking Fae Oisesnay.
What are they?
Anyone?
Wink, nod, and whatever. Yes, you would certainly.
Yeah.
Get.
No, Michael told us their names were Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
That's true. He did, and no one else, I think, can speak Fae apparently. So, or Sylvan. So he could say whatever he likes. Tea. Yes, you arrive. It is informal, and you are greeted by Dame Crab, and Sepsinia looks her normal, withdrawn self, and a little bit sickly, as normal.
That's right.
But you sit down for tea. But it's really, it's not like you can either talk to Dame Crab, you could talk to Sepsinia, or you can talk to her guard captain if you like, which would probably be relatively unusual. You tell me if there's anything you would obviously would necessitate a roll. Anything you would like to ask?
Chester, you should be talking to this guard captain. They've always got all the goss.
But yes, only if you have something you think you might like to ask.
think Chester's dead.
Can I make a roll to talk Nala up and Nala's exploits?
Oh, absolutely. Do you making a bluff roll, or you just don't think that's needed? Just general diplomacy?
Well, didn't Nala do a lot when there was some suspicious thing happening at the actual event?
Well, he won the Trucko, and yeah, actually, that's right. At some point, he did do something. I'd have to.
That he got those followers from. I'll talk that up.
Oh, that was in the Senate. Yes,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was in the Senate building.
The floor of the Senate, ladies.
Jesus, you're like the super face man, Fenella.
Perfect.
Well, Dame Krabs, interchange. Well, I didn't realise there was so much competition for my dear sweet Sepsinia's hand from these other ladies who must surely be tarts at the Senate building. I think I remember hearing or even seeing this when I was around in the area. Yes, Nala is certainly the eligible bachelor in the county at the moment, it would seem. Other than perhaps yourself, Sir Humphrey, word has it that it was in fact the High Strategos you fought in the joust.
Oh yes, Humphrey is an unbelievable jouster.
Yeah, that's how I recognised him, because he defeated me this time.
This
The
time,
only
yeah.
man capable of beating me on a horse.
Well, that yes, I mean the rumours are that you actually let him win, but that even so, your phenomenal skill is starting to become known throughout the land. Although I fear for your squires, as I've heard you have a high attrition rate amongst
No,
them.
that's merely a rumour.
Well, as I said, that's just what we're hearing, that you've lost around 20 to 30 squires. It's incredible.
That's per week.
One.
Yes, was that his name? There was Calbio as well, so that's obviously two.
No, Calbio is the one that.
Well,
unless you mean Squamfrey, because Squamfrey's off training. He's not lost. He's coming back.
Gee, there's a lot of them. But look, as long as you're winning, I mean, winners are the big things. But look, yes, certainly Sepsinia here. I look up at them, Sepsinia. These are fine examples of suitors that should be interested in you. She sort of looks up but drifts off. Just something always seems a bit weird or sickly with her. You guys can make a sense motive roll if you like.
Can we make a heal, or is it just a feeling?
It's more a feeling.
More than a feeling.
Oh yeah, she's a witch.
Only if we can build a bridge out of her.
Morgana, you get when this conversation's going, you're sort of probably not, obviously you're not being put up as a suitor for Sepsinia, and you get to look at her and you think, given a bit about sort of hexes and stuff, you feel that she's almost like she's under the influence of something. I mean, it's hard to pick, but something's not right with her.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
Something, and then obviously Dame Crab says, "Look, I'll set up your bedrooms. You must stay. I think breakfast, particularly for the suitors here with Sepsinia, would be wonderful." But
yeah,
I might, yeah.
Can I do like a detect magic on Sepsinia as we're just sitting there talking to them?
Well, if you do cast detect magic, that will be seen as exceedingly rude, unless you can make some form of stealth check or come up with a way of doing it without being seen.
Okay, well, I probably don't have that.
From would like to, well, he can do it surreptitiously because at will, do a detect evil on the individual we are talking about, and as long as I'm within 60 feet, and I'll study for 3 rounds. Yeah. So I can learn the strength of its aura if it has one. Is there an aura of evil emanating from this person?
That is a good question, and I think the answer is no.
Well, shit.
That is yeah.
Okay. Well, thought I'd try something new.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't.
No?
I don't think evil. I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm
So
just
she's not
not. I'm
evil?
not convinced it would manifest as evil on her. I mean, clearly there's something.
Yeah. Okay. So From will go. Can I have quiet words with Nala
Yeah.
on the la? Without looking too obvious about it, obviously, and just say I've picking up something. I it's not evil. I've checked. I don't know if you can pick up maybe auras or possession or otherworldly influence. I don't know.
Well, I think Nala is putting his kids to bed. Though often he listens and he then puts stuff.
So that's just so Nala can sort of do whatever Nala wants to do on that whenever he can. When he's back from dropping kids into bed or off at the pool or whatever.
Let's assume Nala comes up with a way by basically getting indoors out of sight, turning himself invisible, and then casting Detect Magic. But he finds that Sepsinia does not radiate magic. So whatever it is not a magic effect. It is not evil. But from perhaps you might sense some almost like fingers of evil, but she's not evil and there's not an evil presence.
Cool. So evil adjacent. Almost.
Yeah, like she's been touched by evil, but certainly seems something has affected her, and this is not the way a person would look, but it's manifesting as a sickness. But Morgana, you first noticed this isn't a sickness, this is some supernatural effect.
And is there anything I know that there's any way I could actually do something to identify what the effect was?
I think with Detect Magic and Detect Evil not working, it's probably unlikely.
Yeah.
Without perhaps knowing other stuff. So no, I don't think I mean, partly one because you just guys aren't at a high enough level to have other spells that might be useful. So there would be other means of maybe working stuff out.
So you're saying we go up a level?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, because we're level 5, Michael, we'd have to get to level 7, so we've had to go up 2 levels.
I already tried that one today and he got angry at me.
That's true. I was more worried you'd post something online and Colin would then say, "Oh, I'm up another level."
Oh, shush you. Tyree, my God.
But let's assume you then go to sleep for the night. Are you?
Are we able to get in to see Dame Crab?
No, you've been talking to her as well, but you can certainly have another discussion. She's exceedingly willing to talk, especially if Nala or even Umfrey are involved in the conversation.
Okay, so Nala, I need you and I need From especially, but everyone should come really. I think we need to go and ask her if she's noticed that Septicinia seems to be under someone's influence.
Sure, you can have that. So who's going to have that conversation with her?
Well, someone with
From will
good
go along.
diplomacy from.
He doesn't have good diplomacy.
Oh, come on, you're a paladin. All paladins
Oh.
got good diplomacy.
Oh, I've got diplomatics.
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know that.
So I think from the thing we need to sort of suggest to Dame Crab is that we're worried about Septicinia. She seems to be under someone's influence, but we aren't able to quite work out whose, and does she know anything that could help us?
Mm. So, influence, health, spiritual well-being,
Hmm.
and okay, I can attempt to do that, but we need to take the ones she very much likes the presence of. So Humphrey may want to come with us, please.
Oh, yes, you know, I mean, Dame Crab, when she hears about you wanting to have this meeting, you're bringing Nala and Humphrey along, you get the feeling that she's thinking you're going to say something about a marriage proposal. She's pretty pumped for this.
Oh.
Yes, I wondered when you'd come to your senses. Sepsinia is such a good catch. Which is the lucky man?
I just sort of look at Morgana and then give her the chance to open the conversation before I just kick straight into the business at hand.
Do you think we should just promise Nala, it seems like a small sacrifice for him to make?
Well, so from here's that. It's like, Dame Crab, and I'll do a diplomacy check first in the tower before I do my little speech, because then, Andrew, you can have a laugh. Dame Crab, this is definitely a topic that is under consideration in our group. We want the best for Nala and the lady in question, whose name has gone out of my head.
Septicemia.
Yes.
Septicemia.
Yep.
She beams, looking at Nala as if she knows where you're going with this. She's drawing lines between these dots.
However, we have, especially myself, Paizo and Gret, have concerns about Septicemia's spiritual well-being. I get the feeling from the interactions and, discussing with my god, that her health may not be quite there, and I am very concerned that she could possibly be, and he looks left and looks right and lowers his voice down a bit, not to be, domineering, but more, surreptitious and quiet, and whispers, possibly under the influence of others or another being. And I would like to help.
Surely not. No, look. I mean, sure, she had a bit of problems with this this somewhat talented student named Opilio. Not too long ago. And in fact, he even attacked Sepsinia. But sure that Sepsinia has struggled with that. But that's all. I mean, anyone would be a bit distraught if they thought their actions had led to the death of someone else. She just needs a bit more iron in her. That's all. You get my meaning, Nala?
There's no one more irony than Nala.
Morgana understands. Do you have a priest or a holy person that you engage with by chance? Do you want me to do another diplomacy check on that? Or
No, you've look.
Okay.
Here's you from. You've smashed it. So,
okay.
so she says, look, we I haven't felt it necessary, but look, as part of the lead up to any form of marriage, absolutely be very important that they get more in tune. I guess Nala could deliver that personally to Sepsinia. Is that what you're suggesting, that Nala should spend more time closer to Sepsinia to work out any problems she has?
I'm thinking that, and also possibly a cloister of religious or holy or spiritual leaders could also assist, especially with, maybe Sepsinia can discuss with them in private. One of us would be there for support, so she has a friendly face. Maybe two of us. But then also maybe,
I don't know. We're not into that polygamy stuff. No, I don't know what
pre-couple
Angrad
counselling.
does, but
Pre-couple counselling.
and that's exactly what I'm saying. Nala would seem to be best placed to deliver that. I take absolute look. I think that's a great suggestion from that. Nala does this as part of the lead up to the big event. So yes, I'm all in.
Okay, I will discuss in detail with Dame Morgana and Nella, and we will see where things go. Thank you so much for your time.
She beams with happiness. It's on then. Yes.
Grab Morgana, take the leave, sort of signal everyone. Unless there's other questions, we're going to get out of here so we can try and redirect this. That wasn't set out there, by the way.
Good job, From.
So overnight, assuming you staying there, or do you wish to return to your estate at night?
Probably best that we.
Oh no, we don't want to waste
Picky
time
time.
going back to the estate when I can be spending time with Nightchester.
Yeah. Well, that's so. If you're in rooms, are people requesting separate rooms, which you generally are given, or are there some wishing to stay in the same room? Bearing in mind at this point, it's still Daychester.
Definitely, definitely, mate. I might stay with From.
Yeah, I think that number of rooms where like Chester thinks he's staying with From is good, because then that arrangement will probably change after nightfall.
Yes. Does that arrangement change after nightfall with the arrival of the Nightchester? Excellent. Well, you all can make perception checks while you're.
We love perception checks.
Does Morgana and Nightchester have to roll perception checks? Because I'm pretty sure
We're awake.
Yeah, they know what's
You
going
are
on.
awake, but you'll have different things to get over. Jeepers. Well, obviously Chester is completely occupied by something else. Izzy, you will certainly notice, and Humphrey, you will notice Dogbio scratching at the doorway, and From will notice. You just hear a sort of a creaking out as if someone's walking along the corridor where your bedrooms are. Whether Izzy, From, or Humphrey wish to do anything.
No, that's probably just Chester sneaking into Morgana's room.
You can separately hear that's already happened.
Probably just someone wanting to watch it, which is probably From. So.
So we can tell it's the dog.
Yeah, you sort of hear it go past your room. It just sounds a bit odd, as if the footfalls aren't quite right for, say, a guard or someone like that.
All right. I go to my door and push it open, have a look in the hallway.
And you see Sepsinia walking along, but she doesn't seem it's like a sleepwalker, and she's heading towards the stairwell down.
Okay, after seeing that, I go to what? Who's well, he's not there anymore. But From and Umfray sharing a room, or have they got separate rooms, or?
Well, I think From and Umfray are the only. Well, Umfray and Dogby are in one room, and I think From's in another room. Nalla's in another room.
Was with Chester,
Yes.
but Chester's now
Yeah,
departed.
that's right.
All right, I go and knock on From's door.
From opens the door a crack and then sees who it is and then opens up full weight. Can I help?
From, did you just hear that noise outside, out in the hallway?
Um,
And you had heard that From.
yes.
I opened my door to have a look, and it was Sepsinia. Looked like she was in some sort of trance or sleepwalking, and she was just walking along and then went back down the stairs. Very spooky.
Hmm.
I didn't interrupt. You know, I think you're not meant to interrupt somebody if they're sleepwalking or doing whatever she was doing. I just wanted to let you guys know.
Thank you. This might be something for the group to discuss tomorrow.
Yep. All right.
Good night.
Fair enough. All right.
Keep your door locked. As will
Yes,
I.
yes, very, very good idea.
Well, and at that, we will leave it there with the mystery of Sepsinia to continue. Thank you all very much.
Thanks,
Roger.
That was
Thank you
awesome.
all. Thank you, Andrew.
Thanks.
Thank you,
And,
Andrew.
we will
Nice
see
one.
some of you tomorrow.